Hello, hello. I hope everything's working. I haven't touched it since yesterday. I don't think any. Except for that one thing that Adam said where Eve saw that my model was hovering like fucking 2 millimeters above the bottom of the screen, which I've since remedied. See if this works. Everyone here? Yes. I think so. Yeah, okay. Everything's working, mic's working, model's working, I think. Stream's working. Everything's working. Oh. We'll just continue where we left off. If I remember correctly. What were we doing? We've forgotten. Quests. So this is discover the whereabouts. Did he not explode? Right. So we just took over the ship and now we're discovering what we need to do with the ship. But we also need to replace the crew, find a new engine seer prime, and a new navigator. At the same time, we were given a mysterious commission by an inquisitor that we've never met to do something that we don't know. But we need to find out where this inquisitor is based on the system that we've jumped to that we have no idea. Okay, fantastic. But Lord Captain's quarters. I believe the sister... Oh, wait. Did I read that right? Argenta asked the rogue trader to talk with her on the ship as soon as the opportunity arises. Where is she? Is she in here somewhere? Master of Vox, I still don't know what name to give her. Or what voice to give her. I might do some VA work. Oh, there she is. You can't miss the white hair.
Rogue trader.
Sister Argenta looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled and she moves like she's a little on edge. Rogue trader. You said you had a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans?
I believe the traditional response to something like this, if you have like an orphan of somebody that died in service to the Imperium, especially if it's in the military, they would be taken to the Schola Progenium, which is like a boarding school. And they would be given like a high quality education that would prep them for like the upper echelons of Imperial society, so like becoming officers in the military or high-ranking clerks. What good would meeting them do? Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of a rogue trader. I will address the orphans with a speech. I will meet with them. No formalities needed. These are children of people who gave their lives to the Von Valancia's dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve. Deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be properly provided for. A personal meeting with a rogue trader is too much. Why would I? Do you wish to fill these children's heads with the illusion that the world and its rulers care about them? I will have no part in this. Do I want to be an arse about it? I feel like you don't give a speech to children, for God's sake. If it's just kids, just go and meet with them. You have to be like a bit soft with kids. Your children, I will meet with them. No formalities. Try that again. I will meet with them. No formalities needed. These are children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valencius dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
There we go. Oh, we just go straight there. Okay. We go to meet the children. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Schola Progenium, that's what I was talking about there. A division of the ecclesiarchy responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in service to the Imperium, so that's what I was talking. It's hardly the Schola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Oh shit, they bow. Argenta is standing to the side of the group at your approach. She perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius. Heinrich Montag. You notice the Infernus Master, Heinrich Montag, standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when he meets your gaze. Infernus Master, do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Grandly address the group. I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of the ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for just such a cause and brought honor to the Von Valancius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe that you will become worthy heirs. Smile at the group. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. Address the chaperones. Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute of beholding the Lord Captor is enough honor for them. I feel like I need to make a little bit of a grand address to them. I don't want to be too, like, based on the fact that they looked at me like I was some sort of like fucking mythical creature. I need to do something a little bit grand. I think I'll go 2. I'm stuck between 2 and 3. Again, I believe that, like, part of the role of being in a position of leadership is to kind of build up a little bit of mystique. You have to be seen as better than, to be worthy of your post, but also to serve as an example to people. You need to be seen as slightly higher than the normal person in order to fulfill your role as an example. It's not just about telling people what to do, it's about being seen as being, like, better than and being worthy of telling people what to do. I think that may be a better idea. Inspire them a little bit. I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for just such a cause and brought honor to the Von Valancius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe you will become their worthy heirs. The teenagers hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed with your speech. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends' parents died in the dozens, and you noble lot, you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. Okay. Just chaperones. Their compartment leaves much to be desired. I hope you will be molded into worthy servants of the House von Valencia. Audience is over. Address chaperones. Punish the troublemaker. Put the rest back in their base. The audience is over. No. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. Ignore the interruption. You know what? Let's fucking give the boy. Like a fucking teacher with like a fucking rowdy kid at the back. Okay, come up. Say what you have to say. Address the group. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die. Just like our old folks, or worse. So basically, he's feeling kind of hopeless now that the parents are dead. This is a very emotive or emotional, like, response from him. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth. For the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honourable fate with anger and disdain. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command, I fought, and repelled the assault as quickly as I could, but no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. The strong have the power to decide the fates of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. The rest are happy to punish the boy. Alright, it's the same. So let's see. He's a boy, he's going to be young, full of piss and vinegar. Doesn't matter what we say, won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll work, we'll slave away in the ship until we... So he's feeling hopeless. He sees his parents dying, and that not only is it bad that his parents died, but he's going to end up the same way sooner or later. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, and for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honourable fate with anger and disdain. The heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship. I was there. I took command. I fought and repelled the assault as quickly as I could. I feel like that might be a bit more fire and brimstone. Like, he kind of looks at me as like fucking like some like high and mighty lord that fucking didn't get his hands dirty. Maybe I do that. Like, I want to see that I'm like slumming it a little bit. Like, I wasn't fucking sat on some fucking velvet cushion while the rest of the people died around me. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought and repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. Only you can strive to do what is within your power. You heard the rogue trader? His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, catches himself, and gives you an awkward bow. Maybe that's something. Abelard gives a sign, and the servants immediately emerge carrying packages of treats with Von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Seneschal, or Seneschal rather, I keep fucking mispronouncing that, came prepared for any contingency. All the kids are getting like fucking sweeties. Just a little something. And they do deserve something. They've gone through a lot. Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement and leaves the bay. Something happened? There we go. Okay. I mean, that went fairly well. Nobody died. I think that went pretty well. And we're back. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Abelard. The high factotum. The Lord Captain's quarters to another compartment. So, do we just... Errand is complete. Okay. We're done that. And this is like, this is stuff that'll happen whenever we go in the right place. So the prologue's done. Quest completed. Okay. Chapter 1. We'll visit the prison planetoid, the navigator's abode. Or the interrogator must have visited Rykard Minoris. The prison planetoid and Rykard may have caught the interrogator's attention. Bonus expanse. Is this how we travel? I can't remember much. It's been a long time. Like exactly a year pretty much since I played this last. That's gonna annoy me. Alright, hold on. Like literally give me 2 minutes because I want to check something. What was it called? It was one of the old Dawn of War games. I think it was one of the Dawn of War 1 expansions took place in somewhere, I believe was Cronus. Dawn of War Dark Crusade? And I want to make sure. It was something like that. I'm just wanting to look it up to make sure if it is actually the same one. Parallel universe. Of Cronus. And we're in the Cronus sector. So this is the same sector, right? Yeah. Factions compete for control of the planet Cronus. So it is. So this is so we might come across Necrons at some point. Maybe. Perhaps. Oh wait, hold on. Wookie just fucking called me. Oh, hold on. Lord Captain, Astropathic Choir Master Zachary Weiss is asking to speak with you via private channel. Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in hopes of picking up voices of the dynasty's ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrific instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Rykat system's astropathic station. Right. It's not good. I do not think we've been introduced. What is the nature of the scream? The scream stops. Will we be able to contact someone? We're going to pay a visit to that station. I have more important matters at the moment. If we haven't been introduced, this is the first time that we've seen this person. So have we been introduced? Indeed not. And we meet under lamentable circumstances. My name is Zachary Weiss, and I am proud to be choir master of your ship's astropathic choir. The duty I perform is to keep you in contact with the Expanse via astropathic messages sent through the warp by trained psychers. What is the nature of this scream? We do not know, your lordship, but it has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness, where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling, before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages through the Immaterium, or the Imperium, and it fills me with terror. Bro sounds like he's gonna turn to dust, and because he is. That's how that works. How's it going, Cookie? But that's literally how it works for being a psyker. Generally speaking, psychers, they push them to the absolute limit, so most psychers die before the age of like 30, 40. Some of them just like fucking drop dead, some of them literally turn to dust. Is your internet back working, Cookie? I'm just doing a short stream because I'm still fucked from last night. Just like me, for real. It's just because you fucking goon too much, man. If the scream stops, will we be able to contact someone? I humbly hope so, your lordship. Perhaps we will manage to send call for aid to the Von Valancius worlds, or one of our dynasty's allies. Nah, bro, stream it up. Gonna be playing with friends in like 2 hours from now. That's fair enough. I was only gonna have a short stream anyway, maybe like a couple hours at most. I just felt like I should do something, considering that I'm off. I'm wanting to try and stream as much as possible while I've got the free time to do so. I think I'm going to be, I think I said it earlier, I'm going to be potentially doing some Lethal Company with Monk and Persephone tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. It's still in the works. But we'll see how that goes. We are going to pay a visit to that station. Thank you, your lordship. Okay, so where's the station? Unidentified void ship. Iraq. Prison world. Lord Captain, reporting the heralds of the Navis nobility continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urak 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn our ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobility House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions, or they've been shooting those ships. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. Order our auger crews to scan the station. Turn back. No one dare gives me orders. We will not invade the Navis Nobility Station without first acquiring official approval. We're a rogue trader. We can do whatever the fuck we like. But let's just have a little scan. Order the auger crews to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static as Vigdis and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the auger crew performed a full scan of the station, but information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully decompressurized or depressurized. Signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators' heralds ignoring us? So it seems like there's some sort of trouble on the station. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadets. Cadent. I swear to God, I've not been drinking. The Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by our rogue trader, the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Turn back. Order the crew to commence docking with their station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening in the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely. May the God Emperor light your path. Okay, so we're gonna go on board. And this is all we've got when it comes to a party. Take everybody. Okay. Oh. That's right, okay. I'm remembering bits and pieces. I believe we have to talk to some navigator guy here right at the start.
You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Based.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House Orselio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of House Orselio, I command you to execute these infidels. Just fucking, oh, Jesus, fucking buckshot to the face. You ain't getting back up after that one, I tell you that. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. Felic Orselio, a tall man, stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and it's not just his own blood. Two jet black unblinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of the navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. The chat no animation turn. He just fucking pivots. He's wearing Heelys, bro. Answering high. Now that's a power move right there. In the Imperium, in Warhammer 40k, you have two types of, well, you have like the local language, which can be anything. You have Low Gothic, which is like the common language, which is largely considered to just be English across the Imperium. That's like one of the standard languages, but it's for like common everyday language. And you have High Gothic, which is considered mostly to be Latin or something similar to Latin. And that's used in like official documentation and amongst like the high society type. So when I answer in High Gothic, that's me telling them that I'm like a fucking big deal. Like answering High Gothic, I am the rogue trader, Flawed Imp von Valancius, and I am no enemy of the Navis nobility. I can get Abelard to do it, which I fucking love. I could say, desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode, or keep talking to me that way and I will make you swallow your own tongue. I'm gonna get Abelard to do it because he's a fucking chat. Abelard, if you would be so kind. The Seneschal takes a deep breath. Before you stands his lordship, rogue trader, Flawed Imp von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Cronus Expanse, and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that it is nobilite custom requires Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, and given the unusual circumstances on this station, his lordship the rogue trader is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. In that case, I will turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. There was a dangerous glint in the man's dark-shrouded eyes. Very well. Allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felic Christoph August, keeper of this place. So you did not arrive to offer support to the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Jurak 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. Right, so I can say, provide me with a navigator and I shall immediately depart the station, which honestly, that's literally all I'm here for. I came here in search of a navigator, so you are coming with me. I could just point and look, no, you're coming with me. I'm looking for Lord Inquisitor's Interrogator, one Heinrichs van Kalox. Do you know anything about his present location? What's happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? I'm going to be real. The Inquisition, generally speaking, operate in absolute secrecy, so I feel like name dropping an Inquisitor is not something that you really should be doing. So I think I'll just keep it right. The first one, just something polite. Provide me with a navigator and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think that is possible. Jurak 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of warp storms. And besides, Felix gestures at the disorder around him. You have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What is happening on this station? Where did all these corpses come from? Fucking the most retarded thing ever. Where all these dead bodies come from? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of a nobility, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Jurak 5 and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her from her prisoner. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkest of the void. Or the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments and furiously slams the end of his staff to the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but do not waste waste no more of my precious time. What kind of help are you talking about? What do you want me to do? I still have questions concerning the situation on the station. Take him by force. I do not care about your mistress. I'm looking for a navigator, and you will do, so I can just like try and take him or attack him. Your words are rife with disrespect, and I will not tolerate it. I want some more info, because I just got here and I'm supposed to believe him. I still have questions concerning the situation on the station. Our idle chatter will not save Lord Cassia, but if you need to be sure of something before you can help, so be it. Tell me about your mistress. Regretfully, I am not allowed to discuss my mistress, whether with her retinue or the outsiders. She will tell you about herself personally if she feels like it. That is assuming she survives. I'm begging you not waste any more of our precious time, for it's running out. What makes you think your mistress is still alive? Your station is in a deplorable state. Why did you not respond to the messages from Rancor and Minaris? What makes you think your mistress is still alive? A spark of concern flickers in the black pits of Felix's eyes. Or Felix. Hey barkeep, how's it going? I'm doing not too bad myself. I'm doing a little short stream because I had a fucking 9-hour drink stream last night and that really took a lot out of me. So I'm just going to be playing this for a couple hours, seeing how far I can get through it. You may not believe me, but Lady Cassia is capable of... The navigator cringes, seemingly in pain, and furiously exhales. Incredible things. Not even the traitor Theobald can easily harness her power. My men have reported that the station is in a deplorable state. Navigator irritably brushes away a strand of bloodied hair. Trust me, I should know. Everything happened too quickly. There were dozens of reports of incidents, victims, and failing systems, but the only precious thing aboard this station is Lady Cassia's life. Everything else is futile, and can be easily replenished. How did what happen? The 9-hour stream? Oh, I actually spent a good chunk of today making clips of that stream. I got maybe 2 hours into the 9 hours and I put a fuck ton of clips up on my YouTube, so you can go and have a look at them. Some of them are cursed. An awful lot of them are just me molding a Gator for fucking getting me killed. I didn't realize how how many times in that stream Gator fucking got me killed. But it was a good stream though. It was good fun. You molding a Gator is good. There was so much, bro. There was so fucking much. And just fucking... Him actually just fucking executing me when I was getting shot. I was getting shot at, I turned around to duck into cover. He body blocks me from getting into cover and then shoots me in the face. I fucking lost it, bro. I fucking lost it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Jesus. You can see some of it on my YouTube if you want to see the clips, or you could just watch the VOD. Like I said, there's 9 hours of it. I think Gator said that he's going to be editing some of the clips of it from Cookie's point of view. So he said he's got like a 4 or 5 minute video that he's got in the works that might be released tomorrow or the day after. Some shit I would do. But yeah, so like you might have like a wee video to watch if Gator manages to fucking finish editing that stuff. But it was a good stream. I fucking enjoyed it. Why did you not respond to the messages from Rykad Minoris? I have already said Urak 5 is sacrosanct. It is the holy domain of the Navis nobility, and it is forbidden for commoners from the world below. We had hoped to solve this crisis on our own, but when the situation spiraled out of control, we could not establish contact because the traitors had disabled our equipment. Enough questions. I hope your curiosity is fully satisfied. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you to do such a favor under different circumstances, and yet... Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage and notices blood and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you will act... Ugh, I can't fucking read. But you may actually succeed. I swear to God I'm not ESL. I can actually read. In order to ascend to the Mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified in the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod to the elevator's machine spirit. I have one part and the other was lost during the mutiny. Even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. Eh? Why should I help you? Actually, this is a good question. Why should I help you? You came to the station for a reason. House Orselio will not be able to help unless the current crisis is resolved. And if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement that you will find satisfying. Be it riches, influence, or the powers of our navigators. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the Mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement to the machine spirit, which serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter, connect the command sequence, and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. If it's so simple, why didn't you do it yourself? I never said that feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and the guard room is blocked, and the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis nobility or incurring their emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, which is something I currently happen to lack. I guess that makes sense. So have you decided, descendant of the von Valancius line? I just watched the short, beautiful. Is it the one where I get shot in the face? Is it that one? Jesus. It was a good stream, but dear God, if it didn't fucking vex me, man. There's a whole load of ones where it's just me screaming Gator at the top of my lungs and then fucking dying. Oh, he's a fucking good boy, man. I fucking love Gator. Bro, you molding, explaining friendly outlines is killing me. He's a fucking good lad. Oh, you fucking missed it. It was a good stream. Me and Cookie and Gate are gonna have to have another few of those streams in the future. We even managed to get Adam on the call towards the end, which I've been fucking struggling to get Adam into the call. He has fucking Hunt Showdown. We're trying to get him to play with us, but he's been busy, so we've not been able to get that set up. The woes of your house upset the imbalance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. It will be an honor to save the Lady Navigator from her woes. The rogue trader's aid will cost House Orselio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. I will rescue your mistress, but in return I require that House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. He could buy 4. Honestly, if we're fucking playing rogue trader shit, we're a rogue trader. We need to be getting something out. Like, we need to be doing the art of the deal. You gotta start with the big ask, the biggest ask. You gotta, like, fucking... I'm in a position of power here. I've got a little bit of leverage. I need to use it. I will rescue your mistress, but in return, I require that House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. Felix replies, sounds curt and tired. So be it. Hurry the mistress's safety is all that matters. But should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Ooh, okay. So I might have a noble house on my side after this.
Bright
Corpses here were mauled by force far beyond any mortal capacity. They couldn't because this fucking bitch kept talking. Corpses here mauled here by force beyond any mortal capacity. The face twisted in pain and the hands fused. Could you shut the I can't fucking see because they keep yapping. With improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery. So this wasn't... So it's improvised. It's not like... And are these... Wait, hold on. Let me read that. Corpses were mauled by force far beyond mortal capacity. The face is twisted in pain in the hand. So they were using improvised weapons. So this wasn't an organized mutiny. I don't trust this guy. I don't trust him. Goods. Multi-key. Shards of crystallized darkness. Both dies. Motive force conductor. So kinetic force? That's what a motive force is, right? Isn't that on? Oop. Elevator's powers. Oh, right. So this is the lift that we need to.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
This ocular implant was
Oh.
a worthwhile investment.
Oh, bad boy. Okay, right. At the ready, conspirators are trying to break through the guard rooms. Wait, conspirators? I thought they were the conspirators. Okay, something's not adding up here. Unpause.
Marching on.
Oh, traps. Disarm? We disarm that?
Duty prevails.
They've set up traps.
Never doubt me.
Never doubt me. The Lady Navigator statue looks pristine and new. Oh, so this is her. This is the Navigator. Oh, it's the guard boy. Stand firm. We've got miscreants that plan to defile House Orselio. Right, so these are loyalists. Or will they at least think they're loyalists? Fire at will for House Orselio.
I will deliver furious retribution.
Stand your ground.
Speeding up animate. Right, well, let me do my thing, please. Right, so we get Abelard as fucking deep in as we can. I'm also at this mission. I'm of the opinion the whole damn station is heretical. They're mutants. Of course it's heretical. Of course it's heretical. Never trust a mutant. Rule number 1, never trust a mutant. Rule number 2, be racist to mutants. What's that debuff? Integrity. Oh, okay. So that's the level up that I got that I totally didn't forget how it worked. Right, and then you've got me, which I'm just going to be... I mean, that's full cover, right? Does that count as a flank? Just hide. I want to hide at the back. I'm supposed to be fucking buffing. Hit the big red button. It's very tempting. That's based in orc build.
Follow my lead. Stay vigilant. Break their morale.
Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Oh, he fucking shot his own lad at the back. So wait, hold on. Can I spray? Can I give him a blamin'? I'm thinking maybe I let Abelard take out the fucking... the close boys. Really, Argenta? Not one hit? Not one. Okay, whatever. Least expensive Imperial option, Exterminatus. I've yet to find a problem that it doesn't fix. I'm just saying. People be shitting on the fucking Exterminatus a lot. Solves a lot of fucking problems. Just saying. I fucking... So right, so if I hit... I hit him with the lightning. Bam. I kill one. I injure two. And then I hit Abelard with the old forewarning. What's this buff? Epicenter of Slaughter. So, okay, right. So that's the extra health that I get. Okay. It really is a one-size-fits-all solution. And when you're dealing with something as big as the Imperium, you really do need a one-size-fits-all solution. He killed his own lad. You don't got time to be fucking around with details, bro. You know, you got like a million, billion, bajillion worlds, right? You serve me. Yeah. No, this doesn't give movement, does it? No movement points. I'm gonna give it to... Fucking shitting. I can't see her, so I can't do... See, I could maybe hit her with it again, right? I gave Abelard the buffs, but I'm right, and then I fucking hit these guys with another Bolt Lightning. The Veil's still pretty good, so I can spam for a little bit. We can do a little spamming. And then if I come along here, can I hit him with my sword? And kill him. Let's go. And I'm in cover. Fantastic. Fucking not. Just ask the Dark Angels. You never ask the Dark Angels anything, bro. Because chances are the answer is heresy. I'm so glad that they made them a little bit more fucking, or rather, a little less one-dimensional in the recent lore books. Like, you've got, like, the whole Fallen stuff now, where, like, the Fallen are coming back and they're being good boys now. And they're like, oh, but, Daddy loves us again. He's forgiven us, everybody. Let's be good boys again. I fucking love that. Because before they were just dickheads. They like almost weren't part of the Imperium because they would just do their own thing constantly. They would like help you for so long as they thought that they could capture like a fallen guy, and then if they couldn't find the fallen guy that they were looking for, they would just dip. And that kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie. It made them a little boring. No line of sight to target. What are you on?
That is not the Emperor's will.
That is not the Emperor's will. Can I hit from here? Or could I spray from there? I can. I could hit a lot from there, so I'm going to do that. Oh, she hit one. There, the nun. Oh, and I can do it again. Come on. I'm fucking arc maxing here. I'm rolling all the dice. There we go. There we... Oh, arc maxing works, man. Make a number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's weight of fire. I am the Emperor's will made manifest. 16. We'll do this. Blam. Failure.
I'll do it.
Blam. Another failure. It's both 16, so it doesn't really matter who I shoot. I probably just want to kill the guy that's furthest away, right?
I'll do it. Strike is a
Accuracy by real. This is how the orcs do it. If it's good enough for the orcs, it's good enough for me. It's a nice reprieve from the sheer comical lunacy of a regular Dark Angels fluff. I'm gonna be real. I think that
But of course. Be gone.
Emperor text-to-speech, may it rest in peace, probably did it the most justice. Of it just being like a fucking lunatic running about screaming heresy and just killing people for no reason. Shitting. Nope. Is he tired? Did I give him? Yeah, okay, so I can't fucking hit him again. I'm so slow. I'm just gonna do this. Oh, hells yeah. It was fucking good, though. It's just such a shame that fucking Games Workshop had to make an arse of it. Started going after all of the best content, like literally their best PR team ever. Like, I'm going to be real, I think shit like The Emperor has text-to-speech and Adeptus ridiculous, regardless of whether you like them or not. I've been two of the fucking biggest... How should I put it? Like cheerleaders for Warhammer 40k than anything that they have actually fucking paid for. No fucking adverts, no animations that they paid for, no books, no new models, no advertising, nothing has done more for like spreading Warhammer 40k to the general public than like shit like the Emperor has text-to-speech and Adeptus Ridiculous has. They've done fantastic. And I don't know why, but Games Workshop seem to be hell fucking bent on ensuring that these kind of like fan projects are like non-existent. They don't want them anywhere. It's literally Dark Angels fluff though. The Exterminatus button on their ships is a fucking worn down, I swear. There's a definite thumb groove in that button. For real, because they don't want anyone knowing about their shame that fully half of their legion turned traitor. Well, I mean traitor, but not chaos. Because that was always the... How should I put it? That was always the contention. That was always like the defining line. They're traitors, but they're not chaotic. No doubt TTS brought an insane amount of eyes to the IP. 100%, because it was good quality, and it just got better as time went on. Tremendous honour. Yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the child's personal guard by the God Emperor. Well, you are a strapping lad. You will probably make it for a cycle or 3. Has worn down better men than me. What even is the point if your brains turn to mush? I may rip out my eyes like Amos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers. It's like that little shit stains. It's like that little shit stain that keeps stealing our Eho sticks. Or is it Low or Eho? I always assumed it was Eho. Oh, what happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Unlike that fish-eyed, be quiet, he might hear you. Hold on, can I read? I want to actually read it. There we go. Well, you know what I mean. He almost busted our heads because someone forgot to check the catering unit. We haven't let in a single outsider in over 10 years. But Keeper Theobald keeps finding things to fret over. Imagine the shrieking if he finds out Keeper Felic didn't make us inspect the hangar after Lord Winterscale's most recent visit. Throne forbid, I tried to steer clear of the squabbles among the Highborn. Some of Keeper Felic's orders make little sense. Like that time he commanded that we cut off communications with Rykard Minoris for a while. Why would he do that? Looks like he grew tired of Winterscale's scion's visit. Well, it's always a pleasure to aid Keeper Felic. That's right, if the Highborn have grown tired of each other, let them deal with it. So it seems like you've got Theobald, which is one of the Keepers, and Felic, which is another one, and Felic seems to be letting things slip. Interesting. So Felic seems to be doing something a little bit underhanded. We need to keep an eye on him. He might not be who he says he is then. Black chest plate. Hold on. Trusty carapace. Okay. Right. Las pistol. So that, oh no, that's not an las, that's an auto pistol. Wait. Can I swap out my shotgun for a las rifle? I want to keep it like a distance. Lasgun 5 to 7. Oh, so the stub revolver's just better just in general. Oh, but the lasgun is longer range. I don't know which of these is better. Laser weapons are effective against covers and targets with high dodge. So the las pistol's more reliable, or the lasgun. What about the shotgun? Shotgun maximum range of 2. Yeah, I'm wanting something long range, so I'm going to give myself that. Abelard's always going to be in close range, but if he's in close range, he's not going to be using something that's not his chain sword. What about this scrappy auto pistol? Lasgun's still better. Yeah, okay, right. Don't know if I should just be giving everybody flag. Mesh is just better. Flag's not great. And I think I'm using an armored body glove. Dodge 45% on average. Maybe it's better to have higher dodge if I'm sitting at the back anyway. Not entirely sure. We'll keep shit as it is for now. We'll see. We'll pick up the loot for now because we're loot goblining and that's what you're supposed to do. What's this? Data crypt. Okay. Examine. Statue by famous Calixian sculptor and chronicler Zacharias Vernon the Magnificent. 23rd year of this millennium, an original. Another data crypt, perhaps? Pontius Siphius Galatius on the training of worthy servants of the court Navis nobility. Get loot. We get lore. A good major domo attempts to nurture only the finest of flowers in the garden that is their master's life. Therefore, new seeds for the garden must be weeded out with the utmost care, so that the garden's trees may yield the sweetest fruit. The lessons below will help you to separate the precious seeds from the vile thorns to cultivate the perfect garden for any lady Navi. Lesson 1. A faithful servant always makes sure their mistress' rooms and garments are clean. Lesson 2. A faithful servant will never offer their mistress the same dress presented earlier in the cycle. I'm assuming cycle refers to like a year. Lesson 3. A faithful servant offers her mistress a glass of fresh water upon waking. Lesson 4. A faithful servant tastes each dish and every drink before serving it to their mistress to make sure. Lesson 5. A faithful servant will have mastered the art of styling their mistress's hair. Total time that 5 servants can spend on arranging their mistress's coiffure do not exceed 3 revolutions on the chronometer. I'm assuming that means 3 hours. Faithful servant, lesson 6, lives for the mistress and gladly gives their life for her as well. Lesson 7, a faithful servant, a faithful servant, a faithful servant. Okay.
The future is never certain.
The future is never certain. Or flag. Black and Lasga. Bolton blade. More things. Icons. Plastic. Ooh, goods. More books. Catechisms of St. Drusius. I believe that's actually a famous work, like in setting.
We should deal with this.
Meteorite chunk. Still cold with the icy breath of the void. Okay. Ooh, frags. Very nice. Ripper auto pistol. They have Ripper auto guns, which are just shotguns, so this is an auto pistol? I need to have a look at this. Adeptus Astartes equipment must not have features. Solid projectile weapons have a 50% increased chance of over-penetration. Max ammo 16. It's still worse. Shorter range, more recoil, less armor penetration, less damage. I'll keep it, but I don't know. If I remember correctly, yes. So I'll put a couple in here. I'll give a couple to Abelard as well. He's going to be in the thick of it, so he can maybe huck a couple of grenades in before he charges. Good for thought. Just thinking out loud. I just shift, right? Yes. Yes. See, I'm fucking remembering. I'm membering. I'll keep these two, because they're like different. They might be useful. Scrappy autogun. Sword. Add. We'll keep that. I think she can. Is it any use, or is it just the same? It's literally identical. Just add that. Big brain. Massive brain. Humongous brain. Consumable. Yeah, I know. In fact, can we sort? Is there a sort button? No sorting. Type ascending. We'll do that. Mostly smooth but large. Yes.
They're trying to tell me something.
The smoothness helps all the bad words and bad thoughts slip right off it.
Ah, damn it.
All the servants perish in the crossfire. Nah, bro, look at that. You can see, there's like, they're fucking piled up, bro. Is that guy's hands tied behind his back as well? This was an execution. And we're back to the start, okay.
The light of terror shines for us.
Aerodynamically built to avoid bad vibes. 100%, bro. You're dodging all the bad vibes. No. Please no. Please don't krill.
I better myself through my service.
It's concerning that she's good with traps. Navigator flesh sample. Flesh sample. Fragments of scales and rudimentary webbed fingers. So they're all mutants, aren't they, navigators?
In real space, I'd have.
Yeah, so just like more like loot.
Witch. Every voice that sounds in your mind is a whisper of the archenemy.
Spare me your wailing witch.
Attention to detail.
Cold as ice, man. Oh, so I can't. Oh, right. So I need to follow this. So I need to go into the next room. There is a door here, right? Oh, clear. Can I just move some of that?
Impossible for this old officer.
Then and then we've got goods. Mars pattern sword. Noble silk gloves. That sounds like something that I need. Mars pattern. It's got the hazard stripes and everything. It's perfect. Bonus to persuasion. Yes. It fits the drip, man. It fits. It's even got a ring on it. That's how you know he's rich. He wears gloves, but he puts the ring over the gloves. Who's got the next highest tech use? 30. 35. 30. We'll give it to her, man. That gives her 38. I'm 35. Yeah. Okay. Open the door. Multi-key. Tech use 39. Send her for.
The whispers told me how.
The whispers told me how. And then I disarm.
Duty prevails.
Duty prevails. And then we can loot this body before we talk to the guards. Putting the ring over the gloves is a power move. Have you seen that picture of Jeff Bezos? Right before he's going into space for the first time. And he's standing there with his spacesuit on, right? Just like, not like fully suited up, but like the overall for his spacesuit. He's got a massive cowboy hat on, and he's clamped his Rolex over the sleeve of the spacesuit. So he's like flashing his Rolex, like his fucking big, like heavy watch, over the spacesuit. Like, there's no other reason that you would do that. It's not like, oh right, you just caught me in a candid moment as I'm about to like enter in and put my space. Like, no, you've said make sure that the watch is over the sleeve of the space. I want it to be seen for the picture. That's a fucking flex, man. I don't know why people like him feel the need to flex. Like, we fucking know you've got money. Did you hear the screams? Move! Sir, you alright? We can't hear anything. Oh, is this like the working with navigator influence, like the psychic influence is driving them mad? Now I see you're in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, it is indeed. Death to the traitors. Sir, what are you doing? Get hold of yourself, sir. He's just going mad. He's killing everybody. I know you're all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me. They whispered. Hey, who are you? Fuck. Just looked at him and dropped. I've not seen it, but I'm looking for it now. Let me see if I can find it. Anything? Shift alt to cargo. Hold on. Did I really tie that image there? So you've seen it. Right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'll fucking put it on stream for anybody else. It's fucking hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. There's one I remember of him very specifically, like he's standing in a very particular pose to make sure that you can see his fucking Rolex while he's standing there. I can't find the one that I was looking for, but I'll give you this one. Bro is like, he's in his fucking like spacesuit. He's got the fucking watch over the top of the spacesuit, cowboy hat, cowboy boots on. Oh my god, man. The guy's fucking insane. He's like, I gotta make sure everybody knows just how fucking expensive my watch is. Oh, bloody hell. I want to find the other one, because he was doing like the fucking arms crossed in front of him pose, if I remember correctly, to make sure that everybody could see him. It's going to annoy me now if I can't find it. He might have scrubbed it from the internet because people were shitting on him for it. It was supposed to be for like his first like official trip into space. That's my next Halloween costume. Okay, I can't find it. I can't find it. Ah. But it is a fit. It's 100% a fit. It's called Style Sweaty. Look it up. I'm ashamed for that shit and everything. Bro goes into the bathroom, comes out looking like Mr. Clean. Oh. He got a smooth head to match the smooth brain. Another data crypt.
The sooner we start.
The sooner we start, the better. Another guard, but I think we looted him. Yes. Okay. Good. The space guy. I didn't even make that connection. I'll see you later, Space Cowboy. I need to fucking rewatch Cowboy Bebop. It's been ages. Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growths So we could study the influence of the rebellious immaterium on the flesh of the Navis nobility. Just as we thought, navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery. But let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine dust and black water. That was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised, I am lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after that reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All the data related to the experiment were recorded on data crypt K040H. I will get back to them later once I'm done with experiment H41OK. So that's this one. This one hasn't been mentioned. Okay. So we're picking up research into oh, people here? Are they mad? It hurts so much. The pain in my chest. For some reason, the archenemy's twisted influence has found its way into the station. The stigmata. So these are just the servants. Where's the child? Are they safe? Uwe. Uwe has his tongue cut off, just like the rest of the lesser servants of House Orselio. So these are the slaves, but not everybody knows that the navigators are like actually fucking horrific mutants. So as a result, they try to keep everything associated with the house top secret. Seems like they didn't fuck around with these boys. Top secret means top secret. Maglock scabbards full. Ooh, a long las. Carapace chest plate. Fire grenade. Oh. Is it my birthday? Maybe I should carry. And this doesn't give a dodge penalty either, so there's literally no reason for me not to put this on. I keep my drip. I mean, that doesn't look too... We'll fucking keep it. I wanted to keep my drip, but apparently I'm not allowed to keep my drip. What else did I find? A long las. Can I use a long las? Because am I trained? Because I'm thinking, like, if I'm going to be staying fairly close to the back, I'll have that to be able to swap. They just locked asthmatics in the closet. It's fine, don't worry about it. The Emperor will protect them, I'm sure. I'm sure. The Emperor wouldn't just let them die, right? Awaken the Cogitator's spirit. The Cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Awaken the Cogitator. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The Cogitator inside emits creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine's spirit do grant you access to the Cogitator's systems. The Emperor ain't protecting their lungs, just saying. You expect the Emperor to do everything, bro? You want the Emperor to do anything else? Shine your shoes? Wash your clothes? Request data on the station's navigators. Examine the log. Call Rykard Minoris for help. Switch the main chamber's controls. Try call Rykard Minoris. The system cannot carry out your command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the cogitator's mechanisms. Okay. Request data on the station's navigators. After a brief pause, the data appears on the vid screen. So Felic, so he's the one, he's still alive. Theobald, who's like the twin, because there was two guardians or whatever they're called. I want him to I want him to speak. God, I want him to speak. Calomira, so she's dead. Alexius is dead. Rasmus Estevan is dead. The child. They were mentioning about the child causing like fucking people's heads to explode and people to go mad and shit. I need big Emps for my pickup basketball team. The Emps 100% knows how to dunk. 100%. Big E invented the dunk. He would fucking fuck up people in the basketball team. They were talking about the child in some of the previous ones. So, upper chambers, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceeding the permissible limit, status unknown error. We don't know his official status. Hey Rosa, how's it going? Oh hell yeah, with Larry Bird level shit talking to. No doubt, man. Go sleep. Why would I go sleep? It's not even midnight. I'm only doing a short stream tonight. It's just me. I'm very tired after last night's stream. That stream went for 9 hours. I was just talking to Barkeep here about it. I've put some clips of it up in my channel. Cookie said some very sus things, but we won't talk about that. Attention, calming procedures advised. Attention, upper chambers inaccessible. Error, the control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact station keeper or Navis Laboratorium custodian. Examine the log. The archive data stored in the cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted. You still manage to access the residual logs for examination. View Vox report 12AH890. Rosa's sleep. Well, good night, Rosa. I hope you sleep well. You talking about sleep now? I'm fucking stretching. Good night, Rosa. I hope you sleep well. The Vox recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated on the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The tech priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back. The officer's speech is interrupted by shouting and the recording abruptly ends. Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression in the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Doing these talking streams drives me out. Talking as if I'm not talking every stream, but you know what I mean. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and we cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. Our rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor, you hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. Examine recent entries in the incident log. Report X880 originator classified, date classified. Servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have the remains processed. So it seems like the child, just being near the child or being like influenced by the child, is causing people to go mad. Okay. Report X886, originator classified, date classified. The negotiations with the Winter Scales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It's imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's power. So I'm basically assuming that the child is probably like one of the latest scions of the Navis nobility, the Orcelios, but is likely hideously mutated and very psychically powerful. So as a result, is needing an awful lot of attention to be kept alive. So needing an awful lot of servants and stuff because they're hideously mutated, but due to their latent warp and psychic potential, they're driving people mad just because of their powers by being associated. Navigators be weird. They are fucking weird, bro. I can't remember what book. It was a 40k book I read fucking years ago that like basically described what like there's like navigate. In fact, it might have been one of the Ravener or Eisenhorn series of books, but the main character was on Terra and had to like interact with like one of the noble navigator houses there, and he described them as being like fucking horrifically mutated, and like how they had to work through intermediaries and shit like that in order to get anything done because nobody wanted to be associated with them. Report X891, originator classified, date classified, data expunged. Okay. Examine the station's docking log. The log is almost completely corrupted, but you managed to recover the latest entry. Identity confirmed. Regent Aronto Orcelio. Regent, so this is the head of the house then. Date of visit classified, reason for visit classified, date of departure classified. So the head of the house, at least in the local area, visited here. But we don't know when. We don't know when he left. Examine the security and life support logs. So that could mean literally nothing. Well, that would make sense. I think seeing a navigator in the flesh in any world, then imagine it on Holy Terra itself. Because apparently there's a lot of like navigator houses. Because I think they might have one of the petty seats in the High Lords of Terra. Because you have like the Council of Terra, which is like the big boys, which are like the Ecclesiarchy, the Administratum, the Tech, Priesthood, the Assassins. I think they have like a secret seat. The Inquisition, but you also have like the petty Lords of Terra, which are like the minor lords, the minor like Terran nobility. So I'm pretty sure they have like some like significant influence in the minor lords. But like I said, it's been ages since I've read the Ravener books or the Eisenhorn ones. I can't remember which is which. The yellow lights above the control panel flicker to life, and a singular repeating message streams down the vid screen. Warning, damage in technical compartments A12, B3, D8, and H24 detected. Warning, living quarters L10, L16, and L28 depressurized. Warning, unable to access the station's docking system. Warning, emergency regulation system. Unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning. So the station's fucked, like proper fucked. I've not read either, I just finished Hell's Reach. Hell's Reach is really good. Oh, what's his name? The soldier guy, the stormtrooper. He had a really sad story. Where the woman that he loved died during the course of the thing in Hell's Reach. If you continue to follow that, if you continue to follow the Black Templars with the Grimaldus book, he comes back. Bro, he's such an awesome character. He comes back. You meet him in later books where it's fucking Grimaldus again. And he comes back after another orc war, and Grimaldus like, yeah, I want to talk to your commander. And it's like, I am the commander. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, yeah, I got promoted after Hell's Reach. I got the masterwork. If you've got all the books, just wait. He is a recurring character. He knew that you made a good character with him. So he comes back. He becomes like a fucking big time officer. He becomes like a big shot, but he's still a fucking idiot. He's an amazing character. He's so good, man. Oh, but yeah, if you ever get the chance, I would definitely say Eisenhorn or Ravener. I can't remember which is first. They're both like Inquisitor books where you follow the case of an Inquisitor. I think Eisenhorn is the original one. And Ravener is his like scion, his like mentee, the guy who he's training up. And then you move on to Ravener after that. Or it's Ravener is the main one and Eisenhorn is the one after that. Either or. It's less like Space Marine kills 12 million people. And it's less like you're an Imperial Guardsman and you see 20 million people get blown up and it was a Tuesday kind of shit. It's much more character based and much more kind of whodunit-y and conspiratorial and shit like that. They're very good books. There was even talks about them making an Amazon TV show out of Eisenhorn. It was really good though. If you get the chance to read the Eisenhorn and Ravener books, they're really good. Bro spent the whole campaign going, I'll live through this just to fuck that commander over there. To get... I need to add that to my list. I think... Yeah, I can literally see it from here. I've got fucking Hell's Reach on my bookshelf just over my shoulder there. So I'll need to read that. I'll fucking add that to the list. But yeah, Eisenhorn and Ravener. They're fantastic. View the encrypted data. Something buzzes in the Cogitator's metallic gut. Several red lumens light up across the vid screen. Required access level, security captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. I can use tech use. 93%. Break through the Machine Guardian's defenses. Tech use success. You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. The Cogitator's overloaded processors were unhappily. But we got in, so, you know, whatever. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the Purge protocol. Recovery is impossible. But a list of the most recent commands have been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness. Now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child, delete, picked, float, disable access code, annul station control, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge command log. So basically somebody went in and started like fucking stripping the guts out of the system so we couldn't find anything. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but Keeper Theobald had not left the child's side. Neither had I. Could it be that? So basically that's like a condemnation saying that Felic is the fucking guy who's been fiddling with the systems. Return to the list of available commands. Vidscreen blinks and the mechanism in the machine's core emits a quiet hum. Switch to the main chamber control. The cogs within the sacred mechanism slowly start turning, with a heavy grinding and clacking. The tired machine spirit grants you access to the station control, or at least its parts that still obey the cogitator. Open all doors on the level. Yes, please. Cogitator's vid screen goes dark as if the machine spirit has fled their mechanical casket. But your assumption is incorrect as it fills with static just a few moments later. You can barely make out an inscription amidst the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning, data corrupted, processing error, then binary. I'm assuming none of these really matter. Cogitator takes a few moments to gather. Data from the station's active system. According to the report, the door's already been opened. Door's already been opened. Push a few buttons in the control panel, but the system rebels and keeps resetting your commands according to the data. The compartment you're trying to open is depressurized. Cogitator takes a few moments. Yeah, the data from the stage. The protocol has been executed. The passage has been opened. So I'm opening doors. So I'm assuming if I knew how to read binary, I could know what these. I'm just clicking through them. Door's already been opened. Ooh. Okay. A new door has opened. Maybe. Oh, big door. So this is the door that we were looking for. Okay, nice. So this is like return. Main elevator controls. A few manipulations with switches make you realize the elevator to the upper chamber is blocked. Okay. Activate the elevator. Process query confirmed. Turn to the available commands. Step away. Ignite the machine spirit and reset the operating protocol. Right. So I've turned on the lift now. I just need to find the key, which I'm assuming I will find the other half of by going through that big door I just opened. Maybe. Ooh. Too many voices. I can hear the rage. So we're entering into an area of like intense latent psychic potential. Oh wait. Only here? So some psychic fuckery just went on. There was some warp shit going on. I don't like that. Oh. Dedicate. Static amniotic fluid pools across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretch from side opposite the entrance. So I'm assuming that's it there. Caustic stench of reagent sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy this laboratory. So this is the other. This is the laboratory. Psi crystal. I'm picking these things up. I don't know what they do. Biogel. Black water. Don't know what black water is. And an acid. Manner of acid.
Would you look at that?
I know that we did have like that bit of paper that said something about black water and adamantine dust, right? Talisman of changing ways, that's heretical. Hallowed finger bone, that's a holy relic. And a gilded phylactery. Interesting. So it seems like something climbed over here. Oh, that would be him. So somebody was in here. Oh, this is the testing that they were doing to try and make servants that are more resistant to the child's influence so they could take care of it better. Think.
Onward.
Oh. Lady Cassie is Medicaid. Loot comes first. We loot. Research notes. Research. As a scientist, it's the best part. I mean, right, hold on. Date from newest to oldest. Make sure I'm reading the right ones. More and more servants are being influenced by the immaterium, and it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. Interesting. So there's something else here other than the child. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we've purchased from the Winter Scale dynasty. I strongly recommend finally grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The Tech Priest blessed data crypt H41OK for the calculated number of chrono turns, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. Data crypt H40KO malfunctioned over the course of our research. I should remind Technomatch to deliver the sacred mechanism to Dioctus? Capable hands. So 40 OK. So 40 OK is bad. But 41 OK is good. So we need something more basic. So we can't, so don't use adamantine dust and black water. But it said, you know what? Let's just keep going. We'll fucking we'll gather. We'll gather lore. So, right, so we don't want to use that. I think. I have fucking no idea. Goods. Where's goods? There's goods here. Oh, the book. Oh, okay, right. More lore. We read. Experimental section. The child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium, or Celio T Prime. The access level. Experiment H4545-1. Subgroup lowborn male. Test subject exhibits signs of acute stress. The majority of perished of blood loss within a day of being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt discharge of ocular secretions and the body's subsequent replacement of these secretions, the connective tissue of its internal environment. So they bled to death by weeping blood. The individuals with the greatest resistance to the Sacred Child's resonance died several chrono turns later. Several hours later. So these people are dying rapidly. Extensive wounds in the abdomen, presumably inflicted by jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. The subject's final shouts exhibited concerns over abdominal tentacles and void worms, hallucinations prescribed to their own internal organs. Wait, what? So they killed themselves? So the ones with the lowest, they wept blood and just died of blood loss. The stronger ones managed to live a bit longer, but ripped their own intestines out and strangled themselves with them. Christ. This is -2, is the second one. Lowborn female. Test subject died within an hour of entering the laboratory adjacent to the child's chamber, not even the same room. Most had their tongues bitten off or their jaws badly dislocated. Some test subjects lacked the physical strength to separate it from the rest of their skull. Cause of death, head injuries caused by impacting the walls of the floor. So they just fucking beat their heads to death. Right, so -3, subgroup. A paralysed patient who lost the ability to speak due to shock caused by a manufactorum accident. A paraplegic that can't speak. A mute paraplegic. Test subject noted a tingling sensation in the deteriorated tissue. During Regent Aronto's or Celio's visit to the child, the test subject smiled and started humming, most likely trying to carry some plebeian tune, and then attempted to address the servant who brought him food. Lengthy conversation pivoted due to the servant's lack of a tongue. So the paraplegic fared better? The subject smiled and started humming a tune, and then attempted to address the servant. Wait. So he thought he was... He acted like he wasn't paraplegic. He acted like he wasn't disabled. Even though he was. -4. Subgroup, a defective offspring of Lord P or Celio. So this is like a highborn, so this is like a navigator, but like, as I said, defective, like a mutant. Pronounced unfit for studying the high art of navigation owing to the mutation of tissue requiring for installation of the obligatory augmentations to... Owing to the mutation of tissues required for the installation, obligatory augmentations that merge one's consciousness with the vessel. Additionally, they display an overall feebleness of mind. So basically, they were too mutated to be used as a navigator, so they've been put forward. Test subject mirrored the child's actions for 3 days. On the 4th day, the child became upset after hearing the news of the untimely demise Amos Cantarelli, an officer of our personal guard. As a result of one of the test subjects peeled away several layers of tissue from the back from her face and died of the resulting massive heart attack. So if you're psychically gifted, you mirror the emotions and feelings of the child, but the child seems to be stunted emotionally, like we're like a child. So upon hearing of the death of one of our personal guard, the child throws a tantrum mirrored by the navigator mutant and then killed itself. The last surviving test subject was executed for attempting to contact the child. That's fascinating. I want to know more. Tissue flask. Talk to this boy. They all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. And remake the control rod. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the control rod. The transducer. Right. I'm going to do a minuscule amount of save scumming. Minuscule. Just in case. So I'm wanting to test stuff. Right, hold on. Most unusual mutated for science, yes, as a scientist, of course. Flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the winter, so I'm assuming this is the crystals. I strongly recommend grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction, which is actually science because smaller particle size increases reaction rate. Crystal dust. And then it said to use acid.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Yeah. So we put the tissue. And then, hold on. Bless the data crypt 41 OK. So we put 41 OK in here, right? Because 40 OK was busted. Put that in there. And the reagent we macerated, and the catalyst it said don't use acid, I believe. Do not use acid under any circumstances. So we just put biogel. It said something more basic. What was this? I'm not going to say anything. Their notation was dog shit. I'm blaming the notation. Their scientific notation was dog shit. Never trust a non-scientist. Okay. Right. More and more servants are being influenced by the child, nothing to do with the child. We discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated... Oh, well, that's not... No, wait. Most unusually to the crystals we so that's because I used the wrong flesh. Wrong flesh. Provide samples of his skin grows so we could study the influence of the rebellious material on the flesh and Navis nobility. We just found out Navigator's positively resistant. It does not shield people against corruption and misery. Those servants will begin short. We must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine, dust and black water. So that's what we don't use. All that because it causes an explosion. To protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Right, I've mentioned that the chunk of meteorite I found by Keeper Felic is completely useless. Although its shiny granules could be used to make new paints for the child. Yes, I think I'm going to... Right, so this is useless. Don't use the adamantine ore in black water because that fucks it. So all we've got is Psi Crystal. We can't use that either. Are we missing? Is there more reagents that we could find? I'm going to have a look around one last time. Because I think we might need another flesh sample to get good things. Oh, good's here. Yes! Right. Yes. Yes. Right, okay. So we put in Psi Crystal and we macerate. And then we pick that up. Yes. And then we tissue flask, we put in normal tissue. And then data crypt. Let me just double check. 41 is fine. The other one is bad. Catalyst. We put in biogel because we can't use the other two. And then reagent, we put in this. And then we close. I swear to God, I'm actually a scientist. I'm actually a scientist. It's what I do for a day job. Wouldn't know it from fucking looking at it. Oh, this vexes me. Again, I must be missing something. I'm gonna do another once over. We got normal tissue. The eye twitch sent me. It was a glitch. It was a glitch in the model. That's the copium I'm going to be huffing. There, goods. Bring me. Fucking spat my drink everywhere. It was a glitch. It didn't happen. You didn't see shit. It didn't happen. Mutated. A wrong flesh sample. The palpable silent rage. I'm not raging. I'm not mauling.
The crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
Master crafted patella augment. I'm gonna save again. Let's save. Try again. Mutated flesh. Data crypt 41. Yes. And then catalyst, we use biogel. Reagent, we have to crush up that. We have to crush that up. Yes. Right. Catalyst. Yes. And reagent, please. Please. Don't explode. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. What does it make me? Adaptive antidote. Immunity to toxic damage. And inflicts a -10 penalty to toughness until the end of combat. That could be useful.
Carry the Emperor's
Okay.
as your torch.
Okay. Right. We did it. We scienced. Then we go back to the guy who we now believe, well, I believe to, I don't know about you boys, but I fucking believe to be very obviously a traitor.
That was barely a challenge.
That was barely a challenge. But Felic, he's a fucking gooner. Felic Orselio looks a little better. His tan gold hair is now neatly braided, his wounds are tightly bandaged, and there is some healthy colour under the scales on his left cheek. You dealt with the threat, powered the elevator, well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost the mistress her life. Adira suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deeper into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads. There are two paths. Both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks so poor and flimsy, they fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Tell me more, what paths, who is who? Who do you see behind the masks? Tell me more, what paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like most, so we're fucked either way. Great. Who is who? Who do you see behind the masks? My whispers are giggling nastily. They will not speak. The naughty little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Thank you. Everything is clear now. So basically the two masks are him and Theobald, the other Guardian guy. I think he's the one that's the traitor, and the other guy's probably a blind man. Hero nods tiredly and glances at Felic out the corner of her eye. This station has enough problems without your sorcery, psycho. You can't be fucking chatting like that as a navigator, bro. I have many questions regarding what happened on this station. You think they are worth the life of my mistress? Who is the child mentioned in the documents and reports found on the station? You meddled with affairs that shouldn't have been left alone. Keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia. But the commoners' dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all the servants to have vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are still able to speak. The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. I can't even remember what I said. The servants alone can be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Do you really think the servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are guilty. Half of the guards are butchered, and another one because they suspected of treason. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress. You're pretty close to the mistress. The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. Bellic gives off an indifferent shrug. That's why they are insane. Will you heed the ramblings, will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dared raise their hands against the scions of a noble bloodline? Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, and disabling the security systems? Too many things required special access. Access available only to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you're aware, there are two keepers of this station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Orselio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power. And also the one blamed for the woes of befalling Urac 5. Our noble bloodline. I listened to recordings of a private conversation between the station's officers. You were very lenient towards them, purposefully neglecting the security protocols. I was lenient, this is true. And in the end, I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The insurgents have left us nothing. I've left almost nothing of my home. The keeper spits out the last few words with particular bitterness. I saw the security captain's reports. Only the keepers have access to the station's systems, but Theobald stayed in his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed. Or maybe after. Or, Felix's stern face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The only one who's going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. I can say I trust you, which I fucking don't. Enough, I would not trust you as far as I could throw you, Felix Roselio. Enough lies, Felix. I am certain that you are the one behind this. Enough lies, Felix. I am certain that you are the one behind this coup. Felix nods wearily. I suppose it's time to remove my mask. Congratulations, you got me. But I didn't really expect me to be sincere the entire time. To welcome you with open arms, an ally of... Tisiphone? And her monster? The accursed child who has tormented the navigators of House Orselio for years. Don't make me laugh. You arrived to help her completely destroy our house. I cannot let that happen. What are you babbling about? I know nothing of Tisiphone or the monsters of any kind. You could not be more wrong, but any idea of destroying your house becomes more appealing with every word you say. Bellic, you're obviously quite mistaken. I came here to get myself a navigator, nothing more. Felix, you are quite obviously mistaken. I came here to get myself a navigator, nothing more. You do not? Bellic hesitates for quite a while. In that case, accept my sincere apology for the deception and my earlier behavior. I had no intention of making an enemy of Von Valancius Air, nor destroying of the station that served my home for many years. They left me no choice. You cannot even imagine what monsters lurk in the upper chambers. An evil, a plague, a pestilence in our bloodline that seeks to destroy House Orselio from within. And Theobald and his followers, just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassie is a scion of a merciless tyrant. But it is not her relation to Tisiphone. I'm just going to say Tisiphone. That is terrifying. She is a monster whose power drives servants insane in mere turns. A cursed child who can kill a navigator from an Orselio bloodline with just a look. I alone managed to get close enough to her over the years. She lowered her guard and trusted me, and at long last I rid my house of the... This is the truth. So basically he's kind of betraying his house to do what he feels is best for his house. But I don't know if he knows what's best for his house. All navigators are abominable mutants and monsters, so what? Perhaps you are ingratiating yourself to me, hoping I will let down my guard. It must have been terrible to live under this monster's yoke for so many years. I shall help you destroy it. If this monster's death will convince you to finally leave the station, I will kill her. If your cursed child agrees to become my navigator, I will gradually rid you of this burden. Seems like yet another lie. Tell me, do you ever speak the truth? I don't know. No intention of making an end with Von Valence's bloodline, blah, 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 blah. They left me no choice. You cannot even imagine. Monster lurks in the upper chambers and evil a pestilence. Seeks to destroy House Arcelio from within, and Theobald and his followers, just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassia is a scion of a merciless tyrant. But it is not her revelation. Her relation to Tisiphone that is terrifying. The monster. So Tisiphone is evil, but I don't know Tisiphone. This is the first... You know what? If this cursed child agrees to become my navigator, I will gladly rid you of this burden. You do not understand. This is... Felix stops mid-sentence, makes a brief pause, nods himself. You are correct. This may work. It certainly is possible. You're going to need this charm. Felix hands you a precious stone without a setting. Its luminous surface remains cold to the touch, no matter how long you hold it in your hand. You manage to press it against the monster's skin, whether by force or by guile. The baleful influence of her powers will recede. You'll be able to take her and leave the station. I don't know what this monster is, but we'll see how it goes. Because again, this is the first I've heard of the monster being mentioned. So Cassia. Oh, this is the navigator. Right, okay. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continuously streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her dishevelled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jewelled ornament. When your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. As the otherworldly creature gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of a past warped nightmares re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under the crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is it happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Deer emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, 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 ow. As if my own little pals weren't bad enough, now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. Abelard, is this? What creature is this? Argenta, rid the world of this heresy. I would have nuked that fucker. I don't know what's going on here, man. I don't fucking trust him, but I think he thinks he's being traitorous for the good of the house, and he might be. He might be. Lady Cassia, I'm here to help you. Please calm yourself. By the Emperor, if you do not stop your sorcery immediately, I will shoot you in the head. Bring the stone into so it's Cassia. I thought it was Tisiphone. Not Cassia. I'm just gonna say, Lady Cassia, I'm here to help you. Please calm yourself. Persuasion test succeeded. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? Claude M. Von Valencia, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm looking for a navigator to join my crew. You look like you'll do. It matters little, you profane creature. You will die regardless. Pointedly remain silent. You, girl, may address me as your lordship, Road Traeger. I'll just do the basic one. Flawed Imp Von Valancius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Unease settles over her features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Flawed Imp. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. I'm guessing Tisiphone is her mother or something. It could be. Like, again, I don't know very much. They kept referring to the child. I'm assuming Cassia is the child. But the other guy kept referring to Tisiphone. You're working for Tisiphone. Tisiphone's the monster, the tyrant that is like lording over Lord Cassia. What is this? I feel faint. Oh, he's gone. A heavy-set old man who's been kneeling nearby erupts into low sobs. His eyes swollen from crying dart desperately around the room as through the veil of ignorance is just ripped away from them. The child! Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve! Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threadbare with jet black veins, and his bulging milky eyes bear striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. Sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon you. Watch out, Lord Captain. When so deranged, it's making the whisper shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Abelard placed a hand on his weapon. Okay. Either way, it's 100%. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Urak 5. I'll grant that you do not look like the pirates who have come coveting riches of this wretched station, or like the scoundrels that fell at service. So who are you? It does not matter what my name is. Claude von Valancius, rogue trader. Abelard introduces. If there's an opportunity for Abelard to introduce us, I'm going to have Abelard introduce us. Abelard, introduce us. His Lordship Rogue Trader Flodin von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Cronus Expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, extends his greetings. Oh yeah, every time, 100%, man. If you have a hype man there, you're going to make use of the hype man. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always make an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can always make yourself an ally or an enemy of the house today. You decide. I'm so hoping Abelard at some point gets annoyed at doing this in the intro and complains. He is a man of duty. He would never do. What is this curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room? You look frightening. What service do you ask of me? I want to know what happened between you and Felic. Okay. Yeah, I probably want to know what curse. What is this curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room? Theobald frowns. Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift of our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orselio. The child's will is the will. So the great Tisiphone, I don't know who Tisiphone is though. And they call me dangerous with my witchcraft. You look frightening. Fish eyes looked at you with unwavering dignity. You are not supposed to see me, or Felic, or the sacred child. Navigators are highly paid for their loyal service to the Imperium according to his will. No one would dare judge the guides of humanity, the chosen of the galactic sovereign himself. Yeah, so basically they're all fucked up. Just, they're mutants. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood briskly away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Toronto, acting head of House Orselio in the Cronus Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden on her shoulders. Are you talking as though you expect to die here? Are you talking as though you expect to die here? No, you are talking as if you expect. I want to know what happened between you and Felix. Yeah, I want to know what happened between you and Felix. Felix, my wayward student. He came to Urak 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of our great novitiators. Wait, novators? Oh, Primarch or Mature that rules over the... The greatest of our novators, Tisiphone Orselio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the navigator's throne. So basically, it seems like Felix is an upstart that was trying to seize power. So choose whose side you're on, a murderous traitor or the lawful scion of a noble house. Theobald speaks, these words softly, looking at the unconscious young woman with reverence. You are talking as though you expect to die. You are talking as though you expect to die here. Theobald shrugs indifferently. My service to this house is coming to an end. The wounds Felix inflicted upon my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. You need help? There is a medicae on my ship. But Theobald only shakes his head. No, I am the keeper of Urak 5 and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not thrust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice, trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or far-fetched idea of a brighter future. Felix said the child is a monster, a legacy of tyranny that must be wiped out. And you believe him? Everything he has done to this station. Felix only wishes to dispose of the heir and take the reins in his blood-stained hands. Do not besmirch Lady Cassia's good name. The child is the holiest and most innocent creature on the entire station. I believe I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. So we've got Felix is the true monster. Let's do away with him together. Last thing I need is a monster in my ship. Lady Cassia shall remain here, and you shall serve as the navigator in my vessel while you still live, but he already knows that he's dying. And he'll refuse, because he's indebted to Cassia. I should bring Cassia to Felix as promised. I don't trust Felix. He's already betrayed people once before. Something that people never talk about enough, right? And you'll see this in an awful lot of stories, especially coming from like ancient history. If you're in the middle of a siege and there's a traitor that throws open the gates for you as the sieging army, the traitor at worst is killed, at best is never trusted again, right? Because once a traitor, always a traitor. You see this in Game of Thrones, right? Jaime Lannister, right? He's called Kingslayer. He's a traitor. He stabbed the old king in the back, who is mad and evil, but he's still a traitor. And nobody trusts him there from then on out. He will forever be known as traitor and Kingslayer. So, like, even if Felix, like, I'm a good boy, I'll fucking do whatever you tell me to, he's still a traitor. He's proven once before that he's a traitor. Also, slight tangent, this goes to relationships. If somebody cheats on you once, they'll do it again. It's always easier the second time round. If that's the first time they've done it, it'll be more easy the second time, because they've done it once already. Nuke Felic, kill, maim, burn Felic. Honestly, real, fuck Felic. Felic is the true monster. Let's do away with him. Together. Theobald dips his head in favour of the proposition. Allies are always welcome, even temporary ones. I will revive the child. Do not be alarmed. The power of House Orcelio's heir will help us destroy our enemies and shield us from Felic's navigator forces. But you, rest for a time before the battle. Okay. We need to kill Felic. No, I don't fucking trust him. Once a traitor, always a traitor. Discolor divisions. World around you feels less vivid. Perception, willpower, and dodge are reduced by -10. That is an interesting piece. I'm not usually into abstract work, but that looks... It reminds me very much of, I don't know if you've seen Dishonored. And you've got, oh, what's her face? Well, the artwork in general is very much like this. But it's like abstract, but not. It's like very Bob Ross-esque. You can see like a lot of straight lines where they've used like a painting knife as opposed to a brush. Then you've got like some brush strokes around here. But it's very abstract, but it's very much like, oh, what's her name? The witch lady who was the enemy, the main enemy in the second game, whose name escapes me. Oh, that's gonna fucking annoy me. I need to look that up now. 2 seconds. I need to look it up, but it's very much like that because she was a painter, but the painting that she, Delilah Copperspoon, that was her shit. And I'll see if I can find. Right, hold on. There we go. Right, Delilah. I'm gonna look up some of her art because you'll see what I mean when I put it on stream. Let me see if I can find. It's like it's all very abstract. It's very rarely is it like a basic thing. I'll give you like a fucking like 12 pixel JPEG. Delilah. You see what I mean? It's quite abstract, and this is a self-portrait actually. I do really like the art from Dishonored. Oh Jesus wept. Hold on. Transform. Hit the screen. There we go. You see what I mean? This type shit. And it's very reminiscent of, I feel, what you see in game. I fucking wish that they had. I wish that they had like this type shit that you could just buy, because I would put shit like this on my wall. That is lit. Like basically, I believe if I'm remembering correctly from Dishonored 2, a significant portion of her power. Oh, this is actually really a significant portion of her power, like her way of manifesting her power was through art. So she would create like art of people, and that would allow her to influence people. So there's an awful lot of artwork. Also, just generally, there's an awful lot of artwork in the game. So all of the characters, I believe, if I remember correctly, had like professional paintings. So like as you went through the game, you would find like professional portraits of like big name characters in the game. God, I'm glad I don't do psychedelics anymore. This would be rough to look at. It gets so much cooler, man. Let me see if I can find it. Because there's some fucking trippy ones. Delilah was bad enough. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, this one's a good one. This is just me fucking... This is like the fucking imp art stream now. I see one painting and I'm like, right, I'm going to talk about the fucking paintings from Dishonored. They're all really good. They're all fascinating. But this is the kind of art that I want to have. This is the kind of abstract art that I like. I'm not going to go on like a fucking tangent about abstract art and why I think most of it is shit. But yeah, I think art needs to add something. It shouldn't, like, art shouldn't detract, if you know what I mean. It shouldn't take away from the objective. You should be adding to it. So like in all of the art that you see there, it's a portrait that's an accurate and like real representation, but you've added something extra to it. And I think that's like the sign of a good piece of art. Could go good. I don't know, these look like a 50-50 trip to me. Just as long as you don't have one of your friends there screaming nightmare, nightmare, nightmare in your face, I'm sure you'll be fine. Well, no one appears to be living in these. Somebody still filled the trough in dried water and roots. It's as if the painting was rendered several different hands. The timid uncertainties in the lines interlaced with rough, furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. I think this might be like a representation of the warp then. It's like the landscape of the warp. Because to me, this looks like a coastline. And you've got like a burning tower or something here. So this might represent like Urak in the warp or some shit. Because this is very warp-like here. The reds and the purples and stuff. But then you've got the white here, which might be the Materium, and you've got like Urak being like the crossover between the two. Kind of like the meeting point. But again, this is all speculation just because it's like a navigator stronghold. It would be the bridging point between the two. Oh, goods. Luxurious feast left untouched. More thing. Solemn reliquary. Roses, Rosarius, auto quills. Supposed to be. Could have a little look about, little look see. But yeah, the Dishonored art has always been fucking really, really good. I'm supposed to rest it. That's a fucking some size of bed. Right. I'm going to save here. Then I'm assuming we're going into a fight. And then after that... It is about time we repay those who betrayed our house. Come. Right, so we're going into a final battle, and then... I think I'm going to end stream there. So I was only going to go for 2 hours, it's already 2.5. That's enough, boy. You betrayed the child of our house and Tisiphone herself. Surrender. Oh no, this isn't me talking. I thought it was me talking. I'm the savior of this house, and I'm prepared to pay the ultimate price. Kill them. But here's the final battle. We just fucking shot the guy. Death to his enemies. We got shooting, and more shooting. So I'm just trying to look to see which side is more. Right, so I'm going to hide here then. Because there's more shooting this way. Abelard, I'm thinking... These are more spread out, whereas when it comes to Abelard, if I can get in here, charge in, do like a cleave, and maybe kill 2 or 3 of them here, that would be good. For her, I think if I put her here, they're all in cover. And then me, I might go in and give Abelard a hand with these boys here. We'll see how this goes. Oh, I forgot about Felix, actually. He's gonna hide in a corner. Don't shoot me. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, do whatever you like then. Moving out.
I'm enraged.
Oh, he fucking pushed her. Ooh. That was big damage. I'm going to do the usual. I'm going to buff up Abelard. Yes. I'm going to analyze this boy because we want him dead. So that I think that reduces his defenses just in general. The veil is pretty good here, so we don't need to worry about that. And I'm out of movement point, so we're just going to call it there. Right, okay. And then Abelard. Back. Let's fucking go, man. Death and glory. Boom. My manservant. Attend me. He's gonna fucking just explode and just fucking devastate.
It will be done.
Oh. Okay. Apparently not that good. I thought he was gonna hit, but he didn't. He just fucking jumped there. I fucked that one up. Worst fact, please don't hit Abelard. Oh, a little buff there. So we've got the elites, I think. The guys in like they're like Cassia's personal bodyguard. So they're like, so we got like the fucking Giga guys. Right. I kind of think I want this guy dead, but that's not a guaranteed kill. I want the guy in the. I don't want to keep being shot in the back. Age. I'm going to keep stacking on him. We've got 5. Bro ran into a mobby. Subordinates whilst in combat. Well, I think my like background is noble. That was odd. So I think if I'm in close combat or close to like my boy, I get like I think I get buffs. 36%. Come on. Disappointing. Ooh, it's taking damage. I think, but again, I don't remember an awful lot about how this game goes. Okay, nice. We're dealing some damage. Focus. Hinted. Nice. I'm gonna charge him because fuck that guy. Nice. Okay. Then we just endure the leftovers. He's gonna be tanky. Oh, don't fucking hit Argenta. Lady Cassia's Medicae. So that's the fucking field medic then. That's why she's healing up people and giving them overshields and shit. I feel like Orselio's been pretty mid so far, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's been pretty mid. Theobald's been fucking good. You don't want to keep what? I don't know what I don't want to keep. What did I say? How is it going, Tuck? Are there any bad guys here? No. They're all dead. Good. So we... Can I move? Am I unable to move? Oh, it's because I clicked. No. Why can't I move then? Where did my movement points go? I don't know. Blast him. Help me. Help your lord. Ooh. An extra turn. Do I use it now? I'm going to buff her. I've already buffed Abelard once. I'm going to give Abelard to bring it down. He can fucking finish this bitch. Bam. There we go. And then he ends his turn. And then I hit this boy. And then I think don't want to waste it though. There is no attack limit. Again, I feel like I want him to be like in close. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it until Abelard's like in close quarters, and then he can just fucking devastate the bad guys. Bro's yelling over his enemy Abelard. Hey, kill this guy. Abelard. This man. He's talking some mad shit about House von Valancius. End his life. Wait, what? Oh, that's the dismantling. This guy's talking mad shit for somebody in fucking chainsawing range, I'm just saying.
But of course.
Give him a little blast.
Well,
Woo. I'm gonna cast this on me. Bam. That way, I'm less. I'm not unlikely. I'm less likely to fucking die. Does this increase? Gains +5 movement point. I want that. Here we go, 13. So I can get fucking right up in his ass and just fucking demolish him. Yeah. Bam. Oh, he's quite tanky. Bam. Come on, you have to hit once, right?
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
Why is it so... I'm flanking, am I? 32%? Are you high?
Doubt is for the weak.
Dude, man's disrespecting the house. Get him, rogue traders properly. That's literally gonna be written. I'm just gonna have that written as the words of my house. Don't disrespect me or you're gonna get clapped. Ooh, got a wound there. Not doing too good. Mr. Stark, I'm not feeling so good.
A tactically sound approach.
A tactically sound approach. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it just so that I can close with the guy. Oh, get him. Hope it's my turn next. I wanna use Finest Hour and I wanna have Abelard just fucking tear that guy a new backside. Can't stop casting. Stop it. Not allowed. He drinking has its toll, folks. Fingers are the first to go. That's very fitting for a barkeep. I mean, it would be rude not to, really. About. So do I have to... Right, so do I have to stand here in order to hit him?
I refuse.
I refuse. So yeah, I just have to stand here and blast him.
I'll do it.
Kill him. Jesus wept. It's XCOM all over again. Stop it. You fucking shitting me, bro? Oh, thank God. I work nights, day drinking is literally all I got. Well then, there's no problem with it at all then, is there? Theobald coughs up bluish blood. The armor plate on his chest is perforated in a few places. And...
Return to
Oh.
the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
In Visser where his abdomen ought to be, when the navigator's pale eyes find Cassie, he quietly rasped, "Now, child, this is your burden. Child, survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny commands."
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. Wake up! Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Cassia looks at the navigator's body in bewilderment, and you are overwhelmed with an inexplicable sense of loneliness and grief.
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Taste.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances. Enough tears are coming with me now. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable and may fail at any moment. I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
How old is she? She seems very naive. Yeah, but explaining to the neighbors why I'm tanked at 8:30 in the morning, it's tiring at this point. Bro, it's your fucking house and your day off. You can do whatever the fuck you like.
What are you going to do to me?
If you wish to leave the station alive, you must first sign a contract. You will undertake to serve as my navigator until I release you from that obligation. So I could just fucking like press her into it. Lady Cassia, I, Flawed Imp von Valancius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel. Lady Cassia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator and I shall restore you to House Orcelio at your earliest opportunity. I feel like that's very magnanimous. I feel like she's very emotional. I feel like being a little bit magnanimous is probably the best course of action. Lady Cassia, I, Flawed Imp von Valancius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Your Act 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orcelio.
You can secure new servants once we're out of here. All who can be saved will be given succor aboard my ship. I will provide you with every necessity. Naturally, this includes your servants. I will provide you with every necessity. Naturally, this includes your servants.
As a lady navigator of House Orcelio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
I live in a shit neighborhood. Me being hammered early morning is the least of their concern. Fair enough then, man. Just fucking do it. Hooray! Time for loot. We saved the lady. Deadshot stubber. I like the sound of that. Armored body glove. We'll put that across. Tactical goggles. Take that. Shotgun. And we'll keep that for now. Staff of House Orcelio. This is willpower and perception and the dead shot.
Marching on.
Theobald. Not grave robbing. Thrice Pioneer's Bracers. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced to -5 for 2 rounds. Oh, so it applies a debuff on hit. And Staff of House Orcelio again. Anything else to loot? Any more loots? Yeah. Yeah, we'll dump it.
What deeds await us?
What deeds await us? Oh, we dinged. But let me check the loot first. Loot first, ding after. Retobi pattern. Not familiar with that pattern. We'll keep one. Like I said, I'm not familiar with that pattern. Relic Orcelio. Right. We ding. We look. Oh, it's going to be me doing a lot of reading again. So I've got focus, commanding voice. The officer's abilities is increased by 3. The range of commanding voice is increased by 6. So that's just really good. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, that temporary runes equal to 10% of their maximum wounds, plus 8. Inspire courage. Personal oversight. Armor of contempt. Inspiring speech. That's just another buff. Lasting inspiration. Half of the bonus granted by voice of command remains until the end of combat. This does not stack with itself or other bonuses granted by voice of command, but does count as an officer ability. Lasting impression means that even after my shit wears off, it still stays just half. Ready to serve. You kill it, you do something, you go on. Noble Servant gains +2 movement point. That would be really good for Abelard. Right, you go on is top of the list so far. But commanding voice is also good. Increasing the range is just good. I'm keeping that. And Fellowship, I think because I'm a buffer, everything I have uses Fellowship. So we're going to buff that. Let's see for Abelard. So I've got Endure. Whereas next melee attack with +20 armor penetration and +8 damage. It ignores 12% of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. So this is like a massive damage attack that also counts as a taunt. Warriors marks a target, gaining +22 armor and +6 damage on melee attacks against that target. The target attacks the warrior during this round. The warrior gains +1 AP. So basically, this is for like boss killing, basically. You point at a target and you mark it, and then you get buffs against it. Warrior gains the slash ability with 1 charge for this round. Slash cannot be used in the same round as the charge. Slash is 0. Warrior dashes through an enemy to the cell on the enemy's opposite side and makes a melee attack with 50% reduced damage. Okay, I can basically hop. Warrior gathers all their might for a crushing attack. The next melee attack pushes the enemy away. Okay, that's a push. Taunting Scream. The warrior unleashes a terrifying scream, drawing attention of their enemies and become priority target for enemies who fails a willpower. So that's just a taunt. But I get a taunt with this anyway. If it hits, then I get the taunt. That's 60. That's 50. We'll keep pumping athletics for Abelard because he's our strong boy. Fresh target, instant. Oh right, I want to look at the fucking psyker stuff, right? Psyker's allies gain +15% hit chance. The first critical hit removes this effect. Allies under the effect of at least 1 psychic power gain additional 7 armor penetration. Every 9th successful dodge or parry by a psyker. Ugh. First dodge attempt for every enemy in combat suffers a -40% penalty. Your psyker uses divination psychic power. An ally without unnatural luck effect. The ally gains unnatural luck. The ally suffers a critical hit. It becomes a normal hit instead, and the unnatural luck effect is removed. Siege Mind. I really need to look over these more. Warp Mines. Visions of Doom. Become targets. Minus fit into our dodge and parry until the end of combat. Main channeling. Psyker deals damage to an enemy with a psychic power, dealing more damage than the target's wounds. The excess damage will be dealt to the closest end. See, no, that just seems good working in conjunction with Chain Lightning. Because very often with Chain Lightning, you'll hit like maybe like 1 strong guy and like 2 weaker guys, and one of the weaker guys will die, so the overspill can hit the will deal damage to the next closest one. So that feels good. I'll have that one on. Advice and guidance. First time combat that an ally becomes a target with psychic power. This ally gains +10 weapon skill and ballistic skill until end of combat. Psyker can use damaging psychic power while being threatened by enemies in melee range without provoking attack of opportunity. Non-damaging psychic do not provoke attacks of opportunity even without this talent. Every Pearls of the Warp increases momentum. Power conduit. Triggering psychic phenomena or Pearls of the Warp each turn the psychic's next cross. Okay. Blade of Light. Force Web. I don't have force weapons. Weak Hearts. Warp Mines. Oh, 6-1. Enemies become target of psychic. In channeling, Mind Thief. For any particular ability, first time the enemy suffers a amount into intelligence and perception. If you fail the willpower resistance test against any psyker. Every time Enemies that have failed a willpower resistance test against any of the psychic powers will suffer an 6 direct damage every time they suffer a mental damage till the end of combat. I don't have anything like that. Everything's just direct damage. Enemies that have taken damage from the Psyker at least once suffer minus penalty to all resistance tests against the Psyker. Aftershock. Every time a Psyker deals mental damage, any source other than Aftershock. I think I have any mental damage. Chain channeling just seems to go well with my chain lightning. And I think intelligence is what we use for is it? Or is it willpower? But to withstand horrors of the warp, the terrors of space, and the dreadful. Yeah, so this is it. Also increases the chance of resisting negative effects of psychic powers. Control over crowd or interrogate a heretic. But it's recommending intelligence. Don't know, man. For each opponent, intelligence characters deal +5 more range damage with non-burst ranged area attacks. We'll do intelligence, just because it recommends it, but that doesn't make much sense to me. I feel like I need to increase ballistic skill as far as possible. So if they give you an option to increase ballistic skill. Controlled shot. The soldier gives a sign that they are about to open fire. The soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Oh, so this is like, if you're planning on shooting through, then this allows like you to like fire into melee combat without risking hitting your allies. The soldier immediately dashes in the selected direction, spending all their movement points. Does not provoke attack of opportunity. Allows the soldier to dash through allies' enemies, but not through obstacles. That seems useful. The soldier immediately spends all their action points and movement points and gains 30% bonus to cover efficiency. The next time soldier uses running gun, they gain back all AP and movement points plus 1 additional action point. It also resets the cooldown of all the other soldiers' abilities except running gun. Okay, interesting. Next, ranged area attack made by the soldier deals 100% damage, has an additional plus 20%. So this is like if you just like open fire with the burst, it makes the burst fire better. Soldier's next range burst attack will have its base rate of fire doubled, deal 25% less damage. All shots will follow random trajectories. I see. So ranged area attack. That's not a burst attack, because it says the burst attack. I think I'm just going to get dash. Dash just seems like a bread and butter skill. She's got 2 ranks. But again, because it's like willpower shit, I feel like willpower's the dump stat to go to. Blood Augury. Enemies damaged by the Navigator surplus 10 damage from any source of warp damage. Bonus damage stacks for each hit inflicted by the Navigator. This effect stacks up to 5, so you get plus 50%. By the enemies damaged by the Navigator suffer additional damage from any source of warp damage. So basically, if I hit with this, with the Navigator, and she hits her with her psychic abilities, the psychic ability deals extra damage. Ebb and flow every turn, second and fourth, etc. Every even turn, the Navigator gains additional action point, and every odd turn, the Navigator gains perception. Every time the Navigator has every enemy the Navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 5. That's just good. It's just a debuff if she can see them. The Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with 3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted by the Navigator with a single target ability each turn. Oh, there's a lot of reading in this. Including extra turns with 3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted by the Navigator with a single target ability each turn gains the same amount. So this just makes me faster. Whenever an ally in combat gains an extra turn, the Navigator gains a stack and plus 5 bonus to willpower at the end. Okay. May never matter. This doesn't even give me, like, recommended shit. Open to the warp. Enemies affected by the Navigator suffer a -10 stacking, or so that's for resistance tests. Enemies penalty to resistance tests. We can make all resistance tests with our willpower if it's higher than the base characteristic for the test. I just buffed our willpower, didn't I? Yeah. 55. Navigator's perception is higher than the agility. The dodge is calculated using perception. Careless ways. Enemies removed by the navigator's power suffer 4 damage at the end of the movement. Little routes the navigator. Whenever a navigator uses a navigator power, that's just good. Means you can use more. Range vitality navigator heals 6 wounds at the beginning of every turn and gains +1 additional wound for every navigator talent taken. Healing is increased by 1 from each creature killed in the navigator between the navigator's turns. That makes her tanky. But Eyes of Oblivion, I think, is just too good. Just having that. Wait, oh, she has a noble talent? Oh, I suppose she is noble. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, the ally gains temporary wounds, steel resolve. Jesus whip. Can I not just take more? Yeah, I'll just take another one of these. Oh, is it strange vitality that just makes her stable roots? So it's a navigator power. Veiled degradation is reduced. Reds and faults. Castigate and fusing devs. Unblinking star. Until the end of combat, enemies damaged by the navigator suffer an additional +5 damage from all attacks of opportunity. Under the effect of any navigator powers, under my protection, allies that are targeted by the navigator's abilities gain +5 resistance. Unnatural allure. Navigators +5 fellowship and additional +1 fellowship for every navigator. Veil of protection. Targeted by the navigator's powers gain +10%. I think I'm just going to get the one that makes her stable roots, because that means I can spam her abilities more. And I'm just going to spam willpower. There, okay. Fuck. After all that, right. After all that, I'm going to call it here, because I was only going to be on for 2 hours and I'm on for 3. So we'll find somebody to raid. As always, I'm open to any suggestions for raids. Otherwise, I'll just see who's on and raid them instead. If one of my friends are on. Cheetan's on. That's a good one. Uni's on. I've never raided them. Deer's on. Oh, Fox is on. Crucible's on. Fuck, we could do anybody. Have a good one, dude. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, Barkeep. I appreciate it. Tell you what, we'll read Cheetan because he's a fucking... He also did some fucking clipping of last night's stream. So we'll rate him. There we go. He's playing the Okami HD remake. You can enjoy that because I've never played Okami, but as I understand it, a fantastic game from an era when gaming in general was better, so you know it's good. Anyway, thanks very much for coming, everybody. Thanks very much for coming, Barkeep. Very much appreciated. I'm going to keep playing this game, but I also might start playing potentially the Fear and Hunger games. I've put a poll up for that on my channel because I was thinking, oh, I'll just try playing that a little bit in my spare time, but I see an awful lot of people streaming it and I've seen some clips of it. I don't know if people are maybe interested in seeing me play it, but we'll see. I'll think about it. Still off for another week, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll send you over Cheetan's way, and thanks again for coming.